what to do about the radiation bombarding your biobubble, depleting your energy levels, and preventing restful sleep. Stop unnecessarily, silently suffering by shielding yourself. There's a slow killer on the loose in your home, and you aren't doing anything to stop it. Draining you and your family of energy, preventing restful sleep, and causing you to feel worn down and foggy-headed. Hundreds of millions of adults and children are needlessly suffering. Are you and your loved ones some of them? If you've been struggling to get through your day, feel like you've been zapped of energy, or just can't seem to fall or stay asleep, like you're a walking zombie with half a brain who's going through the motions, pay attention. The next few short minutes could very well change your life. You see, this silent assailant is wrecking homes and isn't going to stop. In fact, it's in the air you breathe and will only continue to get worse, unless you do something about it right now, today. You see, the assault on your health and family has to do with the molecules in the air. They act as carriers, allowing this day-to-day life-ruining assailant to plague you without any end in sight. Now, you might remember from middle school that radio waves travel through the air by bouncing off vibrating molecules in the air. This happens at a microscopic level in all the air molecules in oxygen around you. But it's not just radio waves that work this way. In fact, this assailant does the same thing, and compounded exposure over extended periods of time only makes it worse, attacking your health from the outside by surrounding and piercing your skin through the air molecules all around you. Scary, right? Now, at this point, you might be starting to freak out, but you don't need to, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly what this assailant is and how to stop it. That's why it's crucial you watch this short presentation until the very end, for your sake and the health of your loved ones, because you're about to discover the top way to defend yourself against these health eviscerating waves, and learn the three-pronged approach we recommend every concerned American uses to keep themselves safe and free from this radiation. If you think back to your middle school or high school science classes, you might remember that our bodies generate a sort of electric field. Now, there's a lot of concern over the last decade that your personal electric field, which directly affects your health and cognitive function, is being bombarded by more and more waves from technological devices, especially now that radioactive airwaves are everywhere. Nobody is talking about this because there aren't any health studies. The government and even businesses in the electromagnetic or EMF airwave business are dodging questions left and right, because they don't want the bad PR or to have to deal with questions detracting from their sales. Right now, this is your chance to take your health and that of your loved ones into your own hands, instead of giving control away to the government and greedy corporations. So what can you do? How can you keep yourself safe? The harsh reality is there are all sorts of crazy waves that could have disastrous long-term effects on your body. There's no real way to know for certain at this point in time. Research and independent studies won't be available for years. And then it's an uphill battle with the government and private corporations to get them to take action to make our airwaves safer. Now, you might be wondering, can EMFs be harmful to my health? During the 1990s, most EMF research focused on extremely low frequency exposures stemming from conventional power sources, such as power lines, electrical substations, or home appliances. Now, in the age of cellular telephones, wireless routers, and the Internet of Things, all of which use EMF, concerns persist about connections between EMF and adverse health effects. Even the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences acknowledges additional research is needed and recommends continued education on practical ways to reduce exposures to EMFs. A lot of government entities are putting out concerned reports, but very little is actually being done to regulate our airwaves. At this point, you might be thinking, so what effects do these airwaves have? Your cognitive function is directly affected. Without a sharp mind, your bodily functions could slide downhill quickly. How does all this happen? Well, we have 3 brains that allow us to go from thinking to doing to being. Each brain has its own individual biocomputer, its own anatomy and own circuitry, its own physiology and chemistry. They even have their own history, as well as their own sense of time and space. Now, the first brain, the neocortex, is the newest brain in evolution. It's that walnut-shaped structure that sits on the outside with all of its folds and valleys in yellow there. It's the newest, the most highly evolved, and highly specialized in human beings. Right under the neocortex is called the limbic brain, about the size of a lemon, and it's responsible for regulating internal chemical order. Right in the back of the brainstem, there in red, is the cerebellum. It's the reptilian brain. It's the seat of the subconscious mind. Now, your brain is made up of about 100 billion neurons. If you took 100 billion sheets of paper and stacked them on top of each other, it would be 5,000 miles high. That's the distance from Los Angeles to London. So obviously, your brain is made up of a lot of neurons that control everything. Your body's reactions, your feelings, how you perform, everything is a signal. Inputs and outputs, ones and zeros like computer code, a system for all the things you do and think, which is why it's so important that you protect the neurons in your brain, because they're the inner workings of your body and brain's functions. Before I dig into that, let me tell you a bit about who I am and why you should care. I'm an expert on particle waves and radiation. I'm a proud husband, father, and American who, like many fellow patriots, are concerned about what the government is allowing through our airwaves. For years, I've been studying our airwaves, what signals are in them, and what that means for everyday people like me and my family. Most people are worried about sunscreen and organic produce, but don't give a second thought to airwaves surrounding their bodies 24/7 with all sorts of devices. These airwaves are poisoned by electromagnetic waves, EMF. EMF radiation is everywhere, and it's not going away. While shopping, traveling, staying in your home, office, or school, you'll encounter EMF radiation emitted by many sources. From your cell phone, laptop, TV, microwave, Wi-Fi routers, and other countless electronic devices. These devices are constantly emitting waves that affect your body's homeostasis, the body's natural state, preventing you from functioning properly. If you're the kind of person who's recently experiencing a reduced quality of life, like trouble sleeping, dangerously low energy, erratic focus, or general fatigue, stressed out, unable to be productive or feel like yourself, and you care about prolonged exposure and what it means for your future, you get all that and more. But worst of all, prolonged exposure takes away the one thing you want the most: choice. Radiation exposure takes away your freedom of choice about how you live your life. Sure, you may think you have freedom, but are you really free? Or is it just an illusion? Most people go cradle to grave without ever truly being free. Sickness kills your freedom of choice across all areas of your life. Think about it. Are you working at your job because you love it or because you have to? Are you living in the home of your dreams or the only place you can afford? Are you driving the car you really want or the one with the lowest monthly payment? Are you putting away anything for a rainy day? What would happen to you if you got sick? Are you just one medical emergency away from a bankruptcy? These are the things you need to really ask yourself. And the most important question of all is, are you really free? But you can't be truly free if illness takes your freedom away, which takes away your choice in life. Until now, you've probably been doing what you can to stay healthy. But I'm about to give you back your ability to choose. This choice is key to living a full life without health complications. Ensuring your body stays in the right form of homeostasis is key to operating normally day in and day out. Everything from your kidneys, liver, heart, lungs, pancreas, intestines, you name it, they're regulated. The reality is, your body is one giant organic machine. And unless your machine is running like clockwork, accepting and distributing neuron signals throughout the body, the machine is going to break down and stop working correctly. So I must ask you a question. How much longer will your luck hold out? Because if you're not protected right now, it's really just a matter of luck that you haven't been heavily exposed yet. How much longer do you think that'll last? A minute? A month? 6 months? A year? Maybe, if you're lucky. We've already seen that the effects of constant airwave bombardment are happening at a faster and faster rate, and relying on luck is getting more and more risky. Do you lock your car when you leave it in a parking lot? Do you lock the door to your home when you go out? Of course. Your body's 3 brains and neurons are exactly the same. If you don't protect them, you're leaving them wide open for the radioactive airwaves to affect. The brutal truth is that if you don't do everything you can to protect yourself right now, you will most likely suffer the consequences. When health concerns prevent you from living your day-to-day life, how will you work or take care of your family? If you run into an issue that prevents you from working for months or years on end, you could lose thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Your retirement savings, even the title to your home. Your credit score could get wrecked. Let me tell you, if something like that happens, it can take years to clear it up and get back on your feet. That's the harsh reality. You may already be affected by these waves. In fact, more and more companies and government agencies are putting out EMF-based devices around the U.S., especially since more and more services are LTE and 5G based, which means the chance of you being bombarded goes up every day. So a month from now, chances are even more dangerous particles will be floating through the airwave all around you. And a month after that, they're even higher. And they'll keep increasing until one of 2 things happen. Either you get protection today, or a month, year, or years from now, you run into a health issue that could be a huge problem for you. And then you could have to spend months or even years recovering and getting back on your feet financially. Or you protect yourself in advance. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow morning and your health was so bad you needed a visit to a hospital? What would you do if you had to get on medications to deal with these biobubble effects? What would you do if that caused issues with your insurance? Let's be real. Your family and friends deserve a more energetic, healthier, and happier you. A version of you who looks and feels like you haven't in years. Everyone already knows how hard you work, and they appreciate you for it. And if you're anything like most of our happy customers, you might feel slightly selfish in doing this for yourself. That's why it's important for you to know everyone around you becomes happier when you are happier and healthier. They want to see you happy and healthy, and they're rooting for you. You owe it to yourself to do this today so you can be the absolute best parent, spouse, friend, co-worker, and role model you can be. Why bother continuing to put yourself in a situation where you're at constant risk? That doesn't seem wise. Which is exactly why my team and I have spent the last few years scouring the earth for a way to protect ourselves and our loved ones. We've researched and tested various chemicals and materials designed to block these dangerous EMF emissions. Trial and error can be very frustrating and expensive. Regardless, we were committed to a few key qualities we wanted in the end result. 1, the shield had to be highly effective. 2, the shield had to last for years instead of being quickly disposable. 3, the shield had to be affordable so all Americans could afford it. So we decided to launch the Rolls-Royce of airwave defense onto the market. And honestly, the response from our fellow concerned patriots has been incredible. So now that we're in mass production, we created this short presentation to let you know more about it and how you can claim yours. Introducing your BioBubble solution, the AirWave Defender. So what exactly is AirWave Defender? AirWave Defender is your personal frequency bodyguard. It uses a unique double threat mechanism to keep you as safe as possible on today's internet. And it emanates a biobubble directly in any room it's in to make sure you're protected at all times. Imagine a personal defense portal you can set up in less than 30 seconds, and it immediately gets busy in the background of airwaves, securing your health against every known airwave threat. Here's how it works. AirWave Defender plugs directly into your home's airwaves 24/7, 365. Once installed on the wall of any room, the negative airwaves bounce off the AirWave Defender and back out into the room, free from the radioactive and harmful elements the waves had before. This deionization process is key to neutralizing the negative ions in the EMF airwaves throughout your house. Yes, it'll protect you from EMF bombardment, but it'll also protect you against the long-term effects of not being able to generate your own personal biobubble. What are those? It protects you by 1. Stopping dangerous EMF and 5G radiation dead in its tracks. 2. Helping you regain your homeostasis to prevent daily issues. 3. Continue to effectively generate your own natural electromagnetic field. And that's why your danger levels increase every day you don't have an AirWave Defender protecting you. There's one thing that makes it different from anything else out there. AirWave Defender is actually built from materials that inherently create their own shield to protect your biobubble. So you don't have to switch it on or activate it. That way, you can never forget about it, only to realize it's been off. Just place one in every room of your house and you're good to go. That's the second part of the double threat. AirWave Defender will continuously emit electromagnetic particles throughout the airwaves in your home to help prevent radioactive bombardment, which means you have a whole second layer of protection that's almost completely bulletproof. This is how you beat modern airwave signals pushed by big corporations and the government, by being better than them at their own game, instead of getting completely screwed over by all these companies pushing new 5G, LTE, and EMF-based devices. Now, here's the thing. These airwave threats are not going away. If anything, they're still getting worse. Scary. And we've already seen how the authorities are doing virtually nothing to regulate these greedy corporations and their devices, which means it's basically a free-for-all with your health. If you haven't been a victim of airwave radiation poisoning yet, it's just a matter of time until you are. It'll get worse and worse. You will be affected. We all will, if we aren't already. The only way to be protected is to take action to protect yourself. An AirWave Defender has that double layer of protection to keep you safe like nothing else out there. So what is this second layer made of? Copper. Copper is naturally conductive due to its positive ions. Copper is missing an electron, and that missing electron allows copper to exchange electrons, giving its electrical conductivity. This conductivity is absolutely perfect for dealing with EMF, which can be naturally conducted through the material seamlessly. We understand feeling helpless for not being able to control the amount of EMF around your home. Let's be real. It's frustrating and feels like an intrusion to your space. That's why creating a low EMF environment within the home is very important, because that's where you spend the majority of your time. And when you're there, you should feel 100% safe. Until now, you've just been silently suffering. But you can now make your home an EMF-free oasis for you, your loved ones, and your pets. You're either going to be somebody who takes action to protect themselves, or you're putting your head in the sand and hoping it doesn't happen to you. But here's a newsflash. You're already being bombarded with airwave radiation. Even if these waves haven't caused serious health problems for you yet. Everybody in the USA is at risk. The only way to be protected is to take charge and protect yourself. And that's exactly what AirWave Defender does, like nothing else on the market. But don't take our word for it. Hear from concerned Americans just like you. Now, you've heard the stories from AirWave Defender customers who took measures into their own hands. And you've seen exactly how these EMF airwaves are everywhere and what they can do to your future health. And you know by now it's almost impossible for anyone to definitively say that these waves aren't a big deal. So you have a choice. Roll the dice and hope things will be okay, or deal with the health problems as they pop up. Sure, you can deal with it all, but it's not ideal, is it? Now here's the thing. It doesn't have to happen to you. Things don't have to be that way at all, in fact. With AirWave Defender, you can keep yourself safe and know for a fact that you're being protected by state-of-the-art technology 24/7, 365. Doesn't that sound better than being at the mercy of these airwaves? Of course it does. And you've already seen examples of happy clients who are working with AirWave Defender. Now, those are all real and third-party verified customers from our records. It's pretty obvious that in this day and age, we all need some extra protection, right? In just a moment, I'll reveal exactly how to get your hands on this all-in-one AirWave solution that's already keeping thousands of people just like you safe. You've already seen how others are getting those same benefits, and how AirWave Defender works round the clock on your behalf, making sure nobody in your family is open to the poisons in our airwaves. So the big question is, do you want to be protected like that? If you don't, feel free to close this page and go no further. And good luck staying safe out there. But if you do want to be protected, how much is it worth to you? How much is it worth to secure your home and then get 24/7, 365 protection in your very own home biobubble? How much is it worth to not have the sheer horror of feeling like you're slowly decaying? Or to not feel like something's sucking the life out of you? Well, you could honestly say it's worth thousands, because it's pretty obvious that AirWave Defender could save you big bucks, isn't it? In fact, it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to do all the necessary research and build out the technology we need to run AirWave Defender. And it also costs tens of thousands of dollars a month to produce these life-changing defenders and keep you safe. But the beauty is that we've done all the hard work and financed all that already, which means you don't have to shell out big bucks. And sure, we could charge you hundreds of dollars, but thankfully, it doesn't have to cost you that much. The truth is, your AirWave Defender protection can start as soon as you place your order. Or you can continue simply hoping that your health and that of your loved ones isn't slowly being deteriorated. I know exactly how devastating that can be. So I want to give you the option to become an AirWave Defender client affordably right now. It's priced as inexpensively as possible, so we can help as many people as we can. And, as I mentioned earlier, all the necessary tech and expertise to build this thing and run is not cheap. So you can be forgiven for thinking it would cost you hundreds of dollars, or even hundreds of dollars a month, to secure your entire life right now. After all, it could save you hundreds and thousands of dollars pretty easily. Now, don't get me wrong, it would still be completely worth it if it was priced that way. But here's the thing. It really is nowhere near that expensive. That's not what we're about here at AirWave Defender. We created this company to help people, not just blindly fill our pockets and make money from airwave pollution. But we keep the price as low as possible because we honestly believe that in this day and age, everybody needs protection like that. And for that reason, you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars a month. I'll give you the actual price in just a minute. But first, you need to know that you're completely protected by a pretty amazing guarantee. It's pretty simple, too. Give AirWave Defender a try today. Put one in every room of your house, in all the common areas, and see for yourself just how much better you feel each day. If you don't feel immediately safer knowing that your AirWave bodyguard is protecting you and blocking all the dangerous radioactive waves, then let us know within 30 days at our support phone number and email, and you'll get a complete refund. You're basically getting a 30-day test drive. And don't worry, You'll get that phone and email address again once you complete your order. We honestly don't believe we deserve your money if you don't love AirWave Defender and it doesn't improve your life. Just let us know within 30 days if you're not delighted with it and you get your money back. Scout's Honor. The AirWave Defender features: neutralizes EMF radiation. The AirWave Defender helps protect the body against electromagnetic field, or EMF radiation, by neutralizing its harmful effect at the atomic level. It's suitable for anyone who wants to protect themselves against the harmful effects of EMF radiation. Superior quality. The AirWave Defender is made with the highest quality materials and is handcrafted to perfection. It helps protect you from the harmful effects of electromagnetic radiation, EMF, and negative energy. Scratch-free and water-resistant. A radiation shield made of stainless steel is the perfect way to make sure you're protected in your home. Suitable for all ages. This AirWave Defender is a simple yet powerful device that offers you protection in your home. With a 30-day money-back guarantee. To help you decide if this EMF protection accessory is right for you, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not completely satisfied with the product, simply return it within 30 days and we'll refund your purchase price. How does it work? Our advanced bioenergetic technology works on two levels. Neutralizes the harmful energetic frequencies from EMF radiation and provides support to your body to better handle EMF exposure. The quantum scalar technology in our products creates specific vibrational frequencies that harmonize the frequencies found in EMF radiation, neutralizing it at the quantum level while supporting your body against the negative effects of EMF. What are the benefits of the AirWave Defender? By having one of these AirWave Defenders in every room of your house, you're less susceptible to the effects of EMF radiation that is in our environment. This allows your body to achieve homeostasis, which has been shown to have numerous potential benefits, including improving sleep, enhancing relaxation, reducing anxiety, strengthening the immune system, and increasing energy levels. Here's the bottom line. You and your loved ones deserve a happier and healthier life, free from these daily issues, living life on your terms, in your protected and healthy bio bubble. So now it's your turn to reclaim your life, just like these other fully satisfied users of the AirWave Defender. So why should you choose to protect yourself? Because the AirWave Defender doubles as a powerful neutralizer against the damaging effects of electromagnetic fields. It also makes a great gift for friends or family members who are concerned about the effects of EMF radiation. One of the best ways that we can shield ourselves from EMF exposure is to make sure our environment is protected 24/7. Our advanced bioenergetic technology creates specific vibrational frequencies, which helps neutralize the harmful effects of electromagnetic radiation while supporting the body against EMF. Now, I promise to tell you exactly how much this will cost you, and I'm about to spill the beans right now. But I have to warn you, it's way less than you're probably thinking. In just a second, you'll see our order form. If you're one of the quick ones and you hit the button immediately, you can begin using AirWave Defender in every room in your house for just pennies on the dollar. There are different levels of protection you can choose, but the lowest option starts at just a single room, though we recommend getting at least 3 for your common areas. That comes to just a few cents a day to protect yourself and your family from this ever-present security risk. It's a no-brainer, right? Oh, and don't worry, even the most expensive package, our Rolls-Royce option, is less than you're probably thinking. So let's be honest. Would you invest a small amount today to make sure none of the nasty stuff we talked about earlier happens to you? Of course. You're probably not even going to miss a few bills from your wallet. These radioactive waves have lasting effects on lives, so stopping them from happening for just a few bucks is a no-brainer. Let's think about it for a second. What else could you get for a handful of cash in your wallet? A couple of cups of coffee? Sure, if you know the cheap places. A cheap dinner during a night out? Sure, you could spend that money on those things. But let's be honest about it. Will any of those things have a lasting impression on your life? Probably not. But most of us spend money on them without even thinking about it. because a handful of cash isn't a life-changing amount. Do you remember the sandwich you bought for lunch 3 weeks ago last Tuesday? Or what about the cups of coffee a few mornings ago? I know I don't remember those things. You probably don't either. The reason we don't remember those small purchases is because they don't have much impact on our lives. But AirWave Defender could have a massive impact on your life, just through sheer peace of mind. Would you pay a few bucks for that? Of course you would. You'd be crazy not to. Especially knowing you'll get your money back if it doesn't work in the way you want it to. Do you think our other clients are happy they took the plunge? Of course they are. Look, I've done my best to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. But whether you realize it or not, you're standing at a crossroads. On your left is the life you have now. A life of being flat out not protected. Of being bombarded every minute of every day in your own home, all through the night, poisoning you slowly. This is a situation that will not go away and will not get better anytime soon unless you take action right now, today. And that life of not being protected probably results in you experiencing the side effects of constant bombardment, which could very well lead to medical complications, and it could cost you thousands. That's the path your life is on right now. So you can choose that. You can choose a life of not being protected, a life of allowing yourself to become a victim and not fighting back. Or you can make the smart choice. The choice where you choose the other path. The one where you're protected by AirWave Defender as soon as possible. A life where dangerous airwaves flat out can't hurt you in your own home. Let's take this situation for example. Imagine a burglar is looking at two different houses, deciding which one to burglarize. Which house is the one that gets burgled? Is it the one that has no security and the doors and windows are left unlocked and the crooks can come and go as they please? Or is it the house with the guard dogs and the high-tech security systems and 24/7 security patrol? It's the first house, right? Because no crook in his right mind wants to deal with a house like the second one, where there are so many easier options. AirWave Defender helps you become that second house, a house protected and safe. It's a simple choice, especially when you consider that you get your money back if it doesn't work for you. Hit the button below and you'll be taken to our incredibly secure order page so you can choose which level of protection you want. And finally, reclaim your energy levels, healthy sleep, and even reduce stress, ensuring your personal biobubble stays intact. Once you've done that and your payment is processed, we will quickly ship out your order of AirWave Defender so you can put your own protective, expanded biobubble around your home, keeping you and your loved ones safe from those dangerous airwaves. Click the button on your screen right now to secure your best option. You'll be so glad you did, because it has never been more necessary.